I'm right in a valley in Himachal Pradesh near Simla in the hills of Himalayas. What a beautiful place it is. You see, something that people enjoy right here is peace and tranquility. You may be wondering, what am I doing here? Well, I'm searching for something. And when do you search? You search when you've lost something, losing our way, our peace of mind, and living naturally. This is nature, Mother Nature. Perhaps it's time to correct ourselves. Untimely heavy rains, floods, cyclones are the real examples that we are interfering with the laws of nature. Repeated weather disturbances, global warming, melting of the ice, and the displacement of land to the sea are the real threat to our planet.
God gave us this body which is more like a motor car engine. The sad fact is that most people look after their cars more than their own bodies. That's why we see evidence of many diseases like high blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, and even cancer. So what can we attribute this to? It's our food intake. Our food is grown with the help of pesticides and other chemicals. To lead our lives, we've increased our dependence on mechanical and chemical means. Now it's time we went back to nature.
Some 3 years ago, I was approached by a team of doctors who were researching the causes of diabetes in Southeast Asians and how it could be prevented. When we fall ill, the doctors want to know what we eat, and they start by checking your blood pressure, cholesterol level, and diabetes. Words like junk food, very little exercise, obesity, and too much processed food are commonly heard today. SEMRU is a research center at Sandwell and Birmingham City Hospitals NHS Trust. They were screening people, and those found diabetic or on the borderline are treated so that this horrible disease is controlled or even prevented. They contacted East End Foods to create culturally sensitive food. This gave me a lifeline as I had lost 3 members of my family to diabetes and heart disease. I joined hands with them, and a charity called Healthy Hearts was founded. A team of doctors suggested that organic food was the natural option. This became a challenge for me, as much work was to be done to source natural food that was grown without the help of pesticide and other chemicals. I started to investigate, and investigate I did. This prompted me to leave Britain as we wanted to resolve this problem jointly. My journey in search of organic food starts here in Jaipur in the middle of India. This is a foundation we've been working for 3 years. Here, Wouhra Foundation was doing a great deal of work in training thousands of farmers to grow organic food. The farmer knows the traditional methods, and the foundation trains them to use modern technology so that the farmer is able to grow more food organically. Healthy Hearts and Wouhra Foundation joined hands. Jointly, we have converted 190,000 farmers who are now growing organic food certified by Western authorities in 14 regions of India. Some achievement. I started with farmers who were growing organic food in the foothills of Himalayas, the Himachal Pradesh region in India. I met farmers and listened to their problems. Raghavan, you are a certified organic farmer and you are the president. And you, sir, are the head of the village. Tell me, what are your problems?
The biggest problem we faced that it was initially difficult to convince people to go back to organic agriculture. Now that has happened and we grow organic food, we face difficulties in marketing our food at a premium. Whatever we grow, we do not get the right price for it. We may have to go back to chemicals if we do not get a fair price.
When a farmer grows food organically, he gets less produce as compared to when he used to grow with the help of chemicals. Despite the problems, we continue to make efforts and grow food organically.
This buyer has spent a lot of money and came all the way from Germany to see you. We met him in organic food exhibition in Germany in February. He visited us again in March and said he would like to meet farmers in Simla. And here he is. He is prepared to buy your entire crop if you grow a quantity of peas. Now your sale is guaranteed.
We are now some 2,300 meters above the ground. Oh God, beautiful. Now we're going to take a look at the water accumulation. This water has been pumped up from the river downstairs and they are using hydrant system. And you see all these pipes will feed the plant. I'm sorry, I'm a little out of breath, but it's been lovely coming up 2,300 meters up and it's been beautiful. My team is absolutely fantastic. The farmers bring their organic produce to the mandi, the local marketplace. We changed all that. We arranged for the organic produce to be collected from the farms and also pay them a premium for it. They spend time on their farms making good organic compost, the job they are good at. Let's examine what we are eating right now. I bought some produce from a supermarket. They all look alike, as if they have been manufactured in a factory. Same size, same weight. Could it be absolutely natural? I'm sure not. We probably don't realize that what we are consuming might actually be harming our bodies.
Each of us in the urban arena, whether it is New York or in Bangalore, is estimated to eat approximately 3 kilos of chemicals and pesticides every year. Now this is shocking. If you do it at one time, you can be sure it would be considered a suicide.
I eat organic food because it is pure, natural and healthy. It is obvious that if food is grown with the help of chemicals, it will contain residues of chemicals. This body is very robust and resilient, but it is not built to eat chemicals as a part of our diet every day. For example, if you were to take half a glass of pesticides, you will die instantly. But if you were to take a drop of pesticides diluted in a jug of water, your body will be harmed over a period of time. Doctors will detect your illness after a long time. Terminal illnesses like cancer will be caused in the future because we are eating chemical food today.
Today's world of everything being jet set and everything coming quick to you. You see, we have lost the natural health, the natural nutrients, the natural ingredients of anything which includes what is grown for us.
First of all, we need to examine what our body needs and how the system handles it. In order for us to have a healthy diet, it's essential for us to have protein in it. Protein is found from many sources in foodstuffs, such as meat and dairy produce, peas, beans, soya, etc. This forms the building blocks for health. Protein being composed of amino acids which during digestion are broken down and are used widely in the body to maintain healthy body systems and overall well-being of the metabolism. Carbohydrates are also essential in the diet. These starches are broken down during digestion to form sugars, which are used in the metabolic processes to support healthy life. Fats are an essential component of the diet. Foodstuffs contain several essential fatty acids which cannot be produced by the body itself. We need these for health. However, there are some fats which are harmful to health, particularly trans fats, often produced during the manufacture of foods. These fats, once in the body and have been absorbed, are open to attack by body systems and cause harmful products which can cause heart disease and stroke. Digestion begins, first of all, in the mouth with initial enzymes, and then in the stomach, the major part of digestion begins. Proteins, the fats, carbohydrates are acted on by enzymes, which are biological agents which help digestion. These produce much smaller particles of these foodstuffs. For example, amino acids, essential fatty acids are produced, together with starch products. These move into the small intestine where the absorption begins. And as well as these being absorbed, essential vitamins such as A, C, E are also absorbed together with minerals. All of these are necessary for the healthy working of the body. When our bodies are exposed to food which contains pesticides, the pesticides also are absorbed and digested in the same way and will then enter the body. There they can cause deleterious effects to cell membranes or the protective systems of the body against attack by ill health.
Totally organic food cannot be made available right away. We're going to have to work on it. Spices normally contain a great deal of pesticide residue. We can start by using totally organic spices. We can learn to get rid of pesticides externally from our vegetables. Rather than scraping our vegetables, we should be using a peeler. This way, very little residue is left within the vegetables. Gradually, we will create demand and encourage the farmers to grow more for us. After all, it took 50 years to get where we are, so it's going to take quite a while before we get back to where we were.
So what is organic food? Well, individuals have their own opinions.
Organic food is nothing but what we used to eat before the man invented pesticides, insecticides, fungicides to increase the per acre output of the product. It did make farmers richer and food cheaper, but in the end we have paid by our health. Organic food really means natural food, and natural food is always healthy because nature is mother, and mother food has never been bad for children.
Organic food means natural food without chemicals. Organic might mean come from nature, you grow by the natural fertilizer, and also you don't put more chemical. I mean the chemicals that could be harmful to your body, like insecticide, pesticide, other chemicals, that if you eat that kind of chemical, they will come to your body and become accumulated in the liver, in your internal organs. And those ones could be carcinogenic. That means you can get cancer later in your life, or you can have other kinds of diseases.
Organic is traditional farming plus technology. So you have to put in technology in order to see that the traditional farming becomes more productive. Because unless organic farming eventually makes commercial sense, it won't succeed.
As far as organic food is concerned, it is tasty, there is no doubt about it, but it happens for two reasons mainly. Organic production is happening only in traditionally grown areas. So that means any commodity which has evolved in that area has, through its natural growth over thousands of years, that means it has the right balance of nutrients, it has the right chemical or biochemical constituent in it. So obviously it would impart the correct or true character of that product. If you don't use any artificial inputs, if you don't use exotic varieties, that also means that you are producing things only with natural inputs. Organic food has always been found to be tasting much better as compared to non-organic food.
I started to plant organic food 5 years ago. Now my food tastes just like it used to 25 years ago. There is real taste and flavor. I shall never use any chemicals again.
I used urea and heavy pesticides on my land before. Over the years, the quality of my land turned into a very poor state of health. It is more like that alcoholic man. You give him a quarter of bottle and next day he needs more just to keep his senses to the same level. I couldn't afford any more and stopped all the chemicals and went on to make my own compost with cow dung, earthworms and farm waste. In 30 days, you get natural compost, which is healthy for our land. 5 years on, I get more yield than I ever did before, and I save all the money I spent on chemicals. The banker used to take it all, and I could not afford food for my own family.
Organic food is an excellent solution to our problem. I think that there are still many things that we have to do to improve organic food production, but its basic idea that you grow food naturally, that you care for the environment, that you take particular care not to look after the quality of the soil and the quality of the water and the surrounding natural environment, all has enormous benefits to people, both to their direct health but also to the health of the natural world.
Organic crops also suffer from insect damage.
A fellow farmer had a problem with insects. I prepare a spray with some local plants and mix it with cow urine, and the insects become paralyzed in 8 hours. The spray disabled them to eat the crop, and finally they disappeared in 2 days. This way, we didn't kill the friendly insects present in the earth, and we have good organic, fresh produce.
All the things that we are using are biodegradable, eco-friendly, skin-friendly, and conforming to international standards. We must understand and try to infiltrate into our women farmers or farmers, whereas they have seen a quick growth. But what is it? It is at the expense of taking in manures and chemicals for usage to make that growth happen. After all, what is organic farming? The natural vermicompost or other compost that they're going to make, it's going to be made in the field. And as I said, it's a great demand that is coming in, and we need to gear up for it. So I'm sure it's going to be a win-win situation.
Traceability is very important. It helps us track the material and preserve its identity from the farm all the way through the table, at the end for the consumer. So as a certification body, we're looking, the auditing that we do is very important. Every transaction needs to be properly recorded. So each transaction received by an operation and each that leaves the operation must be recorded. Our auditors will do a balance. They'll look at that, they'll look at the inventory, they'll look at how much was purchased and how much was sold, and so at the beginning and ending inventories match up with the appropriate amounts. We looked at there's proper documentation of each of the transactions and the movement of the products.
Traceability for very, very long in food trade, or let's say any consumer product, was restricted up till distribution system. That means which retailer, what price, which distributor and which manufacturer or processor has produced the goods, and it gets reflected in the barcode. But in case of food products, especially related to organic food, we have gone to the back end of traceability. This covers the farmer, the field,
the crop area, the output which has been produced, and its batch, its lot number, and how this batch is now gone into processing, and then right up to the consumer end.
There are other issues like injecting hormones into animals to induce them to produce extra milk. The hormones injected into poultry and other animals to speed up their growth also suggests that we're not eating natural food.
See, I firmly believe the wheel takes its turn. So now we've gone through the era, we need to come back to the natural manures where we are talking about vermicompost, where we are talking about vermiculture, we're talking about, all the manures which are naturally made and spread out. So it's going to take a little more. The faster process that was there will slow down naturally, and that is how this is going to come.
The words sustainable agriculture contain a very big and very important idea. And it's about how we're worldwide, we're going to grow our food, look after our food animals for the future, so that we can provide enough food for our increasing world population, but also healthy food that's good for us, where we don't have to have any health concerns about what we're eating, but also food which is grown in a way which is good for the environment, that looks after our water and our soil and our birds and our fish and our animals, so that we can have a better world environment and look after the wonderful biodiversity that we have on our planet.
Sustainable agriculture is one which can give us consistent results in terms of productivity for a longer period of time. And if you want it to be continuously that way, then in that case you will have to continuously also amend the soil. That means as much you take out, so much at least you will have to put in. Because what you take out of the soil the soil will get depleted. But when you are talking of organic food and when you are talking of organic farming, this depletion is far less than what it is in terms of when you add the chemical fertilizer. Because what happens is the chemical fertilizers will give you a boost to your productivity, but only temporarily. Then they will eat the very root, that is the soil itself, and then they will kill all the bacteria that is helping you to multiply themselves and fix up the nitrogen from the air. That will stop. So once the soil is destroyed, the nation is destroyed. And once the soil is destroyed, then the plant is destroyed. Once the plant is destroyed, your health is destroyed. You simply get no food.
There are so many advantages in growing food organically. From an environmentalist point of view, adopting natural systems and natural ways of doing things and working with nature benefits nature as a whole. As I think one of the really greatest things that comes out of it is that we get much cleaner water in our wells, in our groundwater and in our rivers. And clean, abundant water is something we all need in the world. If we add a lot of inorganic fertilizers and pesticides, we have to clean that water at great expense before we can drink it.
Healthy Hearts has gone abroad in a very big way, and it has persuaded 160,000 farmers in India to be able to grow organic food so that it is culturally sensitive when on sale in the United Kingdom. This is a huge achievement, 160,000 farmers in 14 regions. I'm delighted to be a patron, and I want to particularly pay tribute to the chairman of our organisation, Tony Deep, MBE, for the wonderful work that he does. He persuaded me to be the patron. This charity was his idea, and it enabled me also to set up another charity, Silver Star, which has been operating, testing people from the community for diabetes. So I'm very happy to endorse the excellent work of Healthy Hearts, and to wish those attending the Shoes conference all good wishes and success for a very happy and productive conference.
By helping farmers like these, the benefits are clear. The farmer will recycle everything on the farm and thus minimize the effects of global warming.
The food is tastier with natural flavours.
This way, we'll have a prosperous farmer who will grow natural food for us.
Buying organic is your investment in the future of our planet.